Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. The Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show.
We have, in our society today, we have a lot of confusion going on, for the lack of a better word, where boys are not sure if they want to be girls and girls are not sure if they want to be boys, and parents don't know what to do when their kids are confused. I have in studio one of those parents. He is Seth Menachem is with me. He's an actor, a young father. He has a 4-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son. And Seth allows his daughter to put his son in dresses, and now his son chooses to wear dresses. Seth, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Jesse.
Did I say that right in the opening? Am I right about what I said?
Pretty much, except that I'm not confused.
You're not confused.
No.
We're going to find out in a minute.
All right.
So you are an actor and a writer and all that good stuff. You're married?
I'm married, correct?
For how long?
Married for 6 years.
6 years?
Been together about 14 years.
Wow. And are you the head of your wife?
I have no idea what that means.
None at all.
Am I the head of my wife?
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay.
You mean, do I rule the relationship with my head?
Okay. That means no, you're not, if you don't know what it means.
It's a funny statement.
Yeah.
I have an equal relationship with my wife.
What does that mean?
That means my wife and I make decisions together.
Who has the final word?
I don't know if there is a final word. It depends on the situation. There are times that I guess she'll acquiesce to me and I will acquiesce to her, but generally we try to come to a decision together that we're both okay with.
What happens when you do not agree with her?
That happens many times.
And so does she get what she wants?
It depends. Sometimes I get what I want. Sometimes she gets what she wants. We decide who cares the most about it.
So you have a 4-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son.
That's right.
And your son wear dresses.
That's right.
And I saw this report on the Huffington Post. How did it all start? How did he start? Why did he start wearing dresses?
I think he probably initially wanted to look like his older sister. Kids look up to their older siblings. She wears dresses, and he wanted to wear one as well. So if you read the article, you saw that there was a point when I tried to stick him in shorts and a T-shirt because we were going to a party where I knew everyone was a little more conservative and religious and that I didn't feel like dealing with the judgments. And as I was trying to get the clothing on him, he was screaming and crying, and I thought to myself, what am I doing? Like, why am I fighting over an issue that I don't even care about? And so I now allow him to wear the dresses whenever he wants.
And your daughter, you say in that interview on the Huffington Post that your daughter was dressing him like that in the beginning. She started dressing him in dresses. And so from that, he started to want to put them on as well.
I don't know if that's why he started to wear dresses. I mean, she dresses him up sometimes. She thinks it's fun. They enjoy doing it together. I mean, typical sibling stuff.
How does your wife feel about this?
My wife is fine with it.
She's fine with
We're
it,
both
okay,
okay
too.
with it.
And so, and I saw a picture of you and your son.
Yeah.
And going out somewhere, he had on a dress. It was weird.
It was weird for you.
And one day...
Made you feel weird, Jesse?
It didn't make me feel weird. I felt for the boy in that he is allowed to be confused like that because he's 2 years old. And as you said, he loves his older sister.
Yeah.
The younger kids tend to do what their older brother or sister, are doing. And so your 2-year-old son is being allowed by his sister to wear dresses, and you are going along with that.
Well, I mean, first of all, you keep saying confused, and I don't know what weight you're putting on dresses or what dresses mean to you. I mean, first of all, he puts on dresses because he chooses to put on dresses.
But no, he's been influenced by... It wasn't his choice to do it. He was influenced by his sister.
I guess the same as you've been influenced to wear a polo shirt and a pair of shorts.
And so it wasn't my choice that I was influenced, and now from the trauma of the influence, I do it naturally. If that's what it is with your son and
you mean
dresses,
you were traumatized and influenced to wear this polo shirt that you're
wearing?
wearing?
Influence can be a trauma.
Right. I'm saying this was
Yes.
traumatic to you. You would prefer to wear dresses, and your parents wouldn't let you, Jesse?
No.
Where was
But
the
we
trauma?
learn from other. I mean, the trauma is not a negative trauma that I wear shirts or that I'm influenced.
Yeah.
My thing is, as a father, how are you okay? Did you wear dresses while growing up?
I did not.
And when you look at your boy in a dress, does it seem normal to you?
If you define the word normal as are most boys doing this, I assume no. I wrote the article because, one, I wanted to maybe normalize it.
You
and
want to
two,
normalize boys wearing dresses.
Correct.
Why?
And two, well, hold on. One, I wanted to normalize it. And two, I wanted other parents who are going through something similar to be able to relate to it. So, one, I want to normalize it because I feel like this is something that kids have a natural tendency towards, and that we're fighting against it. And for what reason are we fighting against it? What does it mean? There was a time we didn't let women wear pants, correct?
But you are making a mistake. Boys are not normally attracted to dresses. And your son wasn't, according to the report, he wasn't normally attracted to dresses. He was influenced by his sister, and he's only 2 years old.
I have no way of knowing what's going through his head. All I know is that he enjoys wearing dresses. Are boys normally attracted to shiny, fun things? Yes, they are.
Right.
And so I think a dress is probably a shiny, fun thing. I would say the majority of parents I've spoken with who have tried to make me feel better when they see me or have me relate to their stories, they say, oh, my boy had an older sister and he did something similar. So it does seem like it's a common trope when a boy has an older sister that he wants to wear a dress.
Are you embarrassed now when you go out
No.
in public and your boy has on a dress?
Absolutely not.
You're not embarrassed?
I feel no shame.
As a father, do you feel that it is your responsibility to protect and guide your children in the right way to go?
Absolutely. I think it's my responsibility to make sure that my kids are healthy and happy and kind.
So what is healthy and happy and kind about a boy dressing in drag?
You seem to have this weird correlation between clothing and morals and feelings, and one has nothing to do with the other.
What is healthy and kind?
How do you define
about
drag? I mean, first of all,
You don't know what that means
when women
either?
no, what I mean is when women wore pants, wasn't that considered like cross-dressing at the time?
No, I've never thought of that as cross-dressing, unless
there-
it's a lesbian or something
But there was
trying to be a man.
a time when women wore pants.
888-775-3773. 888-77. Jesse, where is this world coming to? Back in a moment. Seth Menachem is with me, an actor. His 2-year-old son dresses in drag. He wears girl clothing. And you're okay with that. I asked prior to the break, isn't it your responsibility as a father to guide your children in the right way to go?
Yes.
And your son at 2 years old is incapable of making the right decision about things like that. And that's when you step in, you say, no, son, boys don't wear dresses. Why is it that do you agree that it's your responsibility to protect and guide him in the right way to go?
Absolutely. It is my responsibility to protect and guide my son. And so, for some reason, you think by me allowing him to wear a dress, I'm letting him be unhinged in some way. I'm letting him get his way, or giving into a tantrum, or not teaching him a lesson that needs to be
But you
taught.
are, though.
I don't agree at all. Like I think that
You said that he threw one at one time, at this particular time you were about to go out, and you tried to dress him in boys' clothing. He had a fit, and you caved and let him put on a dress.
Correct, because I realized that I was arguing for something that I shouldn't have been arguing for, and I apologized to him. Because there are battles you should fight and there are battles that you shouldn't. And this was one I realized that I was doing the wrong thing, and that's part of being a good parent.
So you, as a father, realize that to insist that your boy put on boys' clothing was wrong. Your 2-year-old.
Yes, my
You
2-year-old.
think he's able to make the right decision about that after being influenced by his sister?
I don't see that as a right and wrong decision. I don't know why you do either.
You don't see boys wearing girls' clothes as a wrong thing.
What do you mean wrong? What's the damage? Let's
Well,
talk about that. What's so fearful to you?
It's not fearful to me at all. It's just
obviously
that
is.
my heart goes out to people like that who are confused about who they are. And when I see your son, when I saw it, it made me sad that you as a
Don't
father
feel sad for my son or me.
and his mother would not guide him because he's been influenced by his sister, a girl,
I guide my
to
children
get
very well.
him to act like a girl. And you and your wife or his mother is allowing that to happen. That's pretty sad when you think about it.
What's sad is that you were actually under the impression that I can guide my child to act like a girl, or that I would guide my child to act like a girl.
No, you're not guiding him to be a boy. You're guiding him to be a girl by allowing that to
I'm
happen.
guiding my child to be himself. If my child decides that he wants to wear a dress,
But he didn't decide that.
yes, he did.
Your daughter
Every day I
decided
ask
that
him if
for
he wants to put on shorts or he wants to put on a dress, and he wants to put on a dress. Or sometimes I go to put on the shorts and he screams he wants a dress. And at this point, I tell him to go get dressed, and he goes in the closet and he picks out what he wants. And sometimes it's, a Miles Davis T-shirt, and other times it's a dress, a princess dress.
So you do agree, though, that he was influenced first by his sister?
I agree that because he has an older sister, he even understands the concept of a dress and what a dress is because it is in the home.
But you agree that she started dressing him like that, and that's where you get it from.
She probably asked him if he wanted to wear a dress, and he said yes.
You say in the interview with the Huffington Post that
Yeah.
she influenced him. She started dressing him in dresses, and now he does it.
No, what I said is that one day they were playing dress up, and then they asked me if I wanted to play dress up as well.
And I saw that too. You
I didn't
had
say
on
that
a
was the
dress one
catalyst
day.
for him putting on a dress. I did. I put on a dress one day. The kids asked me if I wanted to wear a dress with them because it would be so funny.
And it wasn't Halloween or anything.
And it was not Halloween. Is that crazy? I just did that on a regular day, Jesse.
Amazing. How does your male friends, straight friends, feel about that?
My male straight friends, thankfully, are enlightened people and are okay with it. I do have some that come from more conservative families or religious families who probably have more issue with it than I do.
Well, you said your father is not around. You told me that during the break. Your mother's still living?
My mom is still living.
How does she feel about it?
My mom is okay with it. I think to her it's probably different also, but she laughs because as a kid she used to dress like a boy, and they would make fun of her.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to let your son do whatever he wants while he's growing up. 2 years old, he can just make his own decisions about everything.
See, it's funny. I don't understand why there's this ridiculous leap from me allowing my child to wear a dress to saying that I will allow my child to do anything.
You said that he's making his own decisions.
Did I say I would allow my child to do anything?
Well, are there things that you would not allow him to do? If he decided that he
wanted to. Do you
wanted
have kids,
to,
Jesse?
Yes.
Do you know what it's like raising children?
Yes.
Do you think that every day is not some battle of some kind or some lesson of some kind?
Let me go back to the question. If your son decided, will you allow him to decide to do whatever he wants to do, no matter what it is?
No, I will not allow my child to do whatever he wants.
Why not?
Or she wants.
Why not?
Because there are things that are okay and there are things that are not okay.
But wearing a dress is okay.
Wearing a dress is okay, and wearing a dress doesn't harm others.
And so where do you draw the line?
Well, I would say harming others would be a nice line to draw.
But he's harming himself by dressing in drag.
You have not given me one single reason why he's harmed himself.
Because when he goes out into the public, other kids are not going to accept it. Not straight kids. They're going to know he's weird. And that's going to hurt him emotionally.
So what
because he will be judged for that.
Well, the first thing...
rightfully judged for it. So that's going to hurt him emotionally. He's going to be traumatized by that. Are you okay with that?
I'm not okay with it. I'm also not okay with the idea that you call it rightfully judged.
Right.
There's two things. One, hopefully the world changes and people will become more accepting. And two, rightfully judged?
Right. Because they're going to see that this is wrong for a boy to wear a dress, and they're going to judge him for it.
Was it wrong to integrate the schools in Alabama? You're from Alabama, right?
It was wrong to force integration. Yes, that was wrong.
So what?
I am from Alabama. I grew up on a plantation under the Jim Crow laws. I went to a movie theater once, and we had to sit in the balcony because blacks couldn't sit with whites. I remember for color fountains and things like that. But yes, it was wrong for forced integration. So
You don't think you should ever force the will of people?
No.
Like to end slavery or to end World War II or to...
no,
Really?
no.
So you would have allowed slavery to keep going if
Slavery would have eventually worked itself out because even during slavery, there were men and women, blacks and whites, who were against slavery.
How about the world wars? How about when a
especially in
dictator
this
decides
country,
he's going to take over a
I
country?
want to go back to your son.
Okay. Let's go back to it.
My heart breaks for your son, man, and for you too, because it's not normal for a straight guy.
But the only reason
for
you
a
gave me
straight
is because
man
people
to-
may judge him.
I got more reasons. I have more reasons. And I'll take some calls. We'll take some
Okay.
calls when we come back.
All right.
888-77-JESSE.
Just